What's up, nerds? This is an unscripted video. I'm actually making this just a few days ahead of when you'll be seeing it. So the Nintendo Direct that happened earlier this week. It has mixed opinions on it, I'm aware of that. But I want to focus on one of the things that got me excited, and that's Kingdom Hearts 4. Because this is our first real trailer of Kingdom Hearts 4 that we've gotten, and it gives us a lot to look at, and obviously leaves us with a lot of questions. Something that the Kingdom Hearts team is annoyingly good at doing. But I wanted to take a little moment and kind of dissect some of what we see. Not everything is going to be broken down. And you'll have to forgive me for using no footage of the trailer itself. I know that there are people who haven't seen it, so I didn't want to spoil it. So, if you don't want anything spoiled about Kingdom Hearts 4, click off this video and watch this one instead. The footage you're seeing is just me screwing around in the Vader Immortal Episode 1 Lightsaber Dojo because I just really like playing it. That aside, the trailer, the first thing that it shows us is a woman wearing one of the black coats. Now, if you're relatively new to the franchise, you'd be forgiven for assuming that means that this person is a part of Organization 13. But that's not the only purpose of the coat, because their original intention is just to shield one from the darkness. It's not exclusively the organization's branding. But yeah. So the question is, who is she? There's a lot of questions and a lot of guesses. My personal suspicion is that she might be Master Ava. Master Ava, if you're not familiar, is the foreteller of the Volpez Union. This would make sense because she's been perceived dead since the first Keyblade War, started back in Union Cross, because I'm pretty sure the first battle of the Keyblade War was Lu Shu versus Ava. I could be wrong. My knowledge of the first Keyblade War is sporadic at best, but I think that was the inciting incident. Or rather, I should say the spark that lit the flames. Whatever, you get my meaning. She was the only foreteller that did not appear in Kingdom Hearts 3's hidden cutscene after the credits rolled, so it would not be too surprising if she is still trying to oppose Lu Shu in whatever plan he's concocting. So I'm assuming that it is I'm currently assuming, at least, that it is her. Whether or not it actually will be her, I mean, we might see at the end of Kingdom Hearts 4, we might not. Another thing, regarding the giant dark side that we see attacking Quadratum, the gameplay footage that we see with Sora implies one of two things, and we really have no accurate way of guessing whether or not, which one it is. The first one is, this is not the tutorial fight. A lot of us presume that it's a tutorial fight because it's Darkside, and in all the numbered Kingdom Hearts games, the Darkside, in one way or another, is the tutorial boss. Even in Kingdom Hearts 2, we fight a nobody variant of him. It's too obvious. But at the same time, he's always been... Well, no. But like I said, he's always been the first boss. He's always the tutorial boss, the one that we fight while we get a hold of the new physics, the new movements, the new everything. Because it's always a little different in each of the numbered games. Well, I say a little, I think there was a massive jump. Whatever, I'm getting off topic here. So it's either the dark side boss fight we see in Quadratum is not the first battle, or it is. And if it's not the first battle, then we know this because Sora is using the weird chain movement that we've been getting teased since Kingdom Hearts 4's first teaser trailer, and he also was able to use Vanitas' move of flying on a bunch of Keyblades. Not only that, but we also see what I think is him casting Reflect near the end of the trailer. Those are all, like, abilities and powers that you don't get if you're level 1. At least not traditionally in Kingdom Hearts. Like, the most he would have is flow motion, which would help, but I don't know. The other possibility is that it is the tutorial boss, but Sora doesn't get the Metroid treatment. Again, if you're unfamiliar with the series, Sora always finds some way or mechanic that resets him physically. Something that weakens him, something that erases his memories, some way of justifying the player always being put back to basics. But like I said in the first point, none of these are abilities and techniques that someone who's gone through the Metroid sequence would have right at the beginning. So it's possible that maybe Sora didn't get Metroided when he appeared in Quadratum. Maybe he still has all of his abilities and skills from the Keyblade War when he took down Xehanort. Who knows? It's still way too early to say. Another thing I want to point out is Riku and his potential, not apparent, but potential inclusion in Kingdom Hearts 4. Because we really don't know when, how, or if Riku will reach Sora. We know he went after him at the end of Melody of Memory, but we don't know for certain that he gets there in time. If I were a betting boy, and if I were willing to give the modern-day Square writers a little more credit than they probably deserve, I would say that they're going to, like, hold Riku until the mid or late portion of the game's story. And then basically do what they did for Riku versus Darkwa, but reverse it. Where Sora is fighting an insurmountable enemy, and it's Riku who comes in and bails him out. It would be a nice little duality for that. But again, that's giving the modern-day Kingdom Hearts writers more credit than they probably deserve. And one more thing I will say about Kingdom Hearts 4. And this might piss some people off, but hear me out and keep in mind that this is nothing more than just an opinion. If you disagree with me, I have zero problems with that. But I surmise that we, as the Kingdom Hearts content absorbers that we are not yet ready for Kingdom Hearts 4. I know that's a weird thing to say, but again, hear me out. At the end of Melody of Memory, Kairi is trying to insist that she goes after Sora, or at the very least goes along with Riku, but pretty much everyone else tells her she's not ready yet. She needs to complete her training. And I'm not saying I disagree with that. I do agree with that. Like, Kairi is still very much an amateur. She had zero shining moments that weren't directly attached to Sora in Kingdom Hearts 3, including the Remind. So it's like, she is not yet powerful. Which makes me wonder what the hell she did in the little Merlin dimension, but whatever. I think, well, I'm not gonna say I think. I am hoping that there is still at least one more non-numbered Kingdom Hearts game that is going to be released before 4. Because, assuming that what the creators have said is true and that Kingdom Hearts 4 may or may not be, might end up being the finale of the franchise, which I'm not holding my breath on that, but if that is the route they're going with, then it does not feel right for only Riku to go after Sora and help him against whatever big bad that is probably Lushu. I did not really realize how much I wanted a Kairi game until I played Kingdom Hearts 3, because she had the potential there. She really did. But she just got jobbed by Shion. And I mean, to her credit, it's Shion, but still. She got completely jobbed, like she was barely even fighting back as far as I could tell. So we need a game where Kairi, probably, maybe accompanied by Aqua, that would be a fun dynamic. Going on her own adventure, going across the worlds, probably breaking the world order on more than one occasion, but, you know, I'll cover that when I get to it. I want us to actually have time with Kairi. I'm not one of those, like, fanon Kairi people or whatever. I just think that she has great potential that we are not currently using, and I feel like we have to use it if Kingdom Hearts is going to get the ending it deserves. And the reason I say this is because Sora started his big adventure with Donald and Goofy back in Traverse Town because he wanted to find Riku and Kairi. Not one or the other, both. Now, we find the scenario reversed, where instead of Riku and Kairi being blown off into the unknown, it is now Sora who is off in the unknown and Riku and Kairi who are seeking him out. So, I think it would only be fitting for all three of them to stand side by side, shoulder to shoulder, and bringing down the big bad that, again, is probably going to be Lushu. I realize this might be some of my Naruto bias, as I really love Sakura standing shoulder to shoulder with Naruto and Sasuke against Kaguya. I really love that. And it probably is my Naruto bias, but not only do I genuinely think that that would be a good way to go beyond my own biases, but judging from what I understand of the general Kingdom Hearts fan base, I think that's what the rest of the fan base wants as well, especially the Kairi stans. So, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that either Kingdom Hearts 4 is not the end, or it is the end, but it is not necessarily next. Does that make sense? Because a lot of people got the misconception that Kingdom Hearts 3 was the end of the series. It was never advertised as such. It was advertised as the end of Xehanort. Like, the end of his reign as the big bad. That's all that was being advertised as a finale. So, to summarize real quick before I start spiraling, I don't have the highest expectations for Kingdom Hearts 4. I do not believe it is going to disappoint. I do not believe it's going to disappoint at all. I am expecting to play the game and absolutely love it. But there are some decisions that are most likely to be made that I disagree with. If Disney Worlds are making a return in Kingdom Hearts 4, which I genuinely have no way of knowing if they are or not, but if they do, Star Wars and Marvel are likely going to make an appearance, and I don't want them in Kingdom Hearts. It taints Kingdom Hearts in the way that Disney has been tainted for years now. And I just feel like Kingdom Hearts deserves better than that. If there are no Disney Worlds in Kingdom Hearts, then that means that Star Wars and Marvel will be left out of Kingdom Hearts 4, and I will be happy about that. But they're very clearly knocking into uncharted territory with this by no longer relying on just, the Disney brandings to do most of their level design. So, I'm curious to see what's going to happen. This has as much of a chance to work as it does to not. So, I guess time will tell. Thank you guys so very much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to ring the bell so you never miss an upload. Check out my buddy Tyler Crux. He does a lot of fun stuff on his channel, like his video where he reviews Naruto Rise of a Ninja and Broken Bond. He put in a lot of work to make that video, and it's definitely worth a watch. So make sure to do that if you haven't already. We've done a ton of collabs across YouTube. I'll catch you later, nerds.